Hello students, welcome to Satya classes. Myself Raj Pandey, and in today's video you are going to learn about new chapter. The name is coordinate geometry. This chapter is really very much important chapter and you can grab all the marks in board examination. So I made so much easy to understand for you. So coming up next, new chapter, coordinate geometry. This chapter is really very much important for the board exam and you can solve every question of this chapter. But first of all, you have to understand some basics of coordinate geometry. So what is coordinate geometry? It is the study of algebraic equation on graph. I am making underline on graph. So how to make graph? First of all, for making the graph, you need a vertical axis and horizontal axis. So horizontal axis is x and x prime, vertical axis y and y prime. The point of intersection of x axis and y axis is termed as origin and it denoted by O and taken as 0, 0. So first of all, for locating any point on these four quadrant, means quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, these are the basics you have studied in class 9th, but I am recapping those things so that you feel that this chapter is not new for you. Understand? This one first, second, third and fourth. Now every quadrant is assigned with its own sign. First of all, the sign convection is taken for this is origin and right of origin is taken as positive and above of origin is also taken as positive. So left is taken as negative and below is taken as also negative. So let me mark this point. These axes are extending up to infinity, so there is no boundation of this plotting. You can plot up to infinity. You can keep writing the numbers. So first of all, since this is the point and we wanna understand its coordinate, so for understanding coordinate, first of all we'll drop a perpendicular line on y-axis and also on x-axis. First of all, we'll write the point on x-axis, this is 2, and thereafter on y-axis 2. So the point I given here is 2, 2, and this point, if it is a point, so its coordinate is written as a 2, 2. So let us understand its basics. The basics are, first of all, we'll write x and then thereafter y, and these both things are known as ordered pair. In ordered pair, x is written first and then thereafter y. Understanding? Now there is a name of x and y. You can also call them as x coordinate and y coordinate, but the true name of x coordinate is abscissa and y coordinate is ordinate. Okay, so if you need to define abscissa is what? It is the perpendicular distance on the y-axis from the point. This is known as abscissa. And what is ordinate? The perpendicular distance from the point to the x-axis is known as what? Exactly. So if I erase this, and for generalizing the point, suppose that we want to take some point, some general point x, y. In this situation, what we'll do? We'll take a point x, y Suppose this is the point, and draw the perpendicular on y-axis, then x-axis. So this distance is what? Y distance, and this is x distance. You are measuring this distance from the perpendicular axis. Okay, when you say axis, it means a single line. When you say axes, this means x-axis and y-axis, singular, plural. Understand? Clear your basics so that there will not be any problem while studying the whole chapter. You can take it as a x comma y. Okay, now distance of this point from y-axis is x, and from x-axis is y. These are the perpendicular distance, and keep these distance in your mind. Now moving to distance formula. What distance formula means? It is simply the distance of the point from any other point or from origin. So first of all, we'll calculate the distance of any point ax comma y from the origin. Okay, means this distance you are going to calculate, and when you write it as so, OA is the distance, and you have to calculate this distance. So first of all, understand the basics. Again, draw the perpendicular, and draw the perpendicular on y-axis and x-axis. So as you draw the perpendicular, you can see clearly that a triangle is made here, and this is right angle triangle. Of course, the perpendicular you dropped to x-axis, so it will be right angle triangle. Now this is y-axis, and the distance from y-axis to the point is taken as x, and distance of x-axis from the point A is taken as y. These are the perpendicular distances. So since this system is also known as Cartesian system, rectangular Cartesian system, rectangular Cartesian system, when you draw perpendicular distances for any point, you can clearly see that it forms a rectangle. Again, suppose for this point you are going to draw, look, this is also a rectangle. So every time there is a formation of rectangle generally. Okay, because sometimes if a square is made, then you start calling it a square Cartesian system, but this is not true. The reason being, most of the time you are getting rectangle. Understand? Now since x will be equal to this line, understand, so I'm taking x. This is the property of a rectangle. O A point, and take this point as B. Okay, now OAB is a right angle triangle, and we have to freedom to apply what? Pythagoras theorem. So let me apply Pythagoras theorem for finding the OA length. So look here, suppose that OA is the side which is also hypotenuse, then OA square will be equal to OB square plus AB square. OB square plus AB square. Now putting the value of OB and AB, since OB is equal to x, so become x square, and AB is equal to y, so it becomes y square. OA square is equal to, now finally taking the root both side, so x square and y square. So this is the distance formula we have derived for. Okay, now let me solve a question based on this quickly. Look, you have to find the distance of 3, 4 from origin. Okay, so for finding it from origin, draw Cartesian system simply. This is the solution, and put the point 3, 4 here. This is the distance you are going to calculate. Okay, so look, simply you can apply the formula, or you can use the Pythagoras theorem. So now you have the formula, so what's need to use Pythagoras theorem? You remember this formula, OA is equal to under root of square of this distance plus square of this distance. This distance how much? Okay, good, 3, and this is 4. So square them, 3 square plus 4 square, what it becomes? 9 plus 16 under root, and it becomes 25 root. So the answer is 5, but this is the distance, so you cannot write answer as 5 alone, you have to write its unit also. So 5 units, if it is centimeter, meter, kilometer, whatever be the, you can put it here, but units, writing units means you have completed the answer along with its unit. Now moving for distance between 2 points. Remember the distance from the origin, that also acting like 2 point. How? Look here, 0, O coordinate is taken as 0, 0, and the point x, y. Understand? So there was also 2 point, but 1 point was 0. Understand? But this time I am taking a Cartesian system that has totally 2 points, namely x1, y1 and x2, y2. Okay, first point is x1, y1, there is comma, this is point A and this is point B, x2, y2. Okay, now our requirement is to calculate the distance of AB. Understand? So for calculating the distance we have 2 methods. Try to understand it better way. Please pay some attention. I am putting all the effort, but you have to put also your effort so that we can establish a smart learning. Look here, for calculating this distance we can calculate it as, first of all we'll calculate OB distance by applying the initial formula we have derived, and then OA distance. Okay, then OB minus OA becomes the AB. What I'm saying, let's see here, AB is equal to OB minus OA. By this method you can do it, but you have to apply 2 times the same formula. Understand? So for doing this in a short way, let us establish again a formula so that it will be easier for us. So tell me, when we drop a perpendicular on this line, this becomes how much? x1, and from point B again dropping perpendicular on x-axis, so it becomes what? Very good, x2. Understand? Now what about this? What about y-axis? So for y-axis, when you drop the perpendicular from point A, it becomes y1, and when you drop perpendicular from point B, it becomes y2. Keep paying your attention. Now I am changing the color of the pen, and look here. Now join this line and put it as C. Now ABC becomes the right angle triangle, and don't be much surprised that why I joined this line. We joined this line because we are interested in the distance of this line. Okay, this is a rectangle, so again this equal to this, you can say. Now for finding the distance of this, first of all the distance from origin to x2, is equal to x2, and from origin to x1 is x1. So for finding this distance we have to subtract x1 from x2. Understand? This is so easy. I told just 2 minutes before this is how to do. That's why I told that. Understand? Now for this, look here, this distance is y1 and y2. So the distance between y1 and y2 is equal to y2 minus y1. Understand? Let's apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. Since you know about the right angle triangle and ABC is also right angle triangle, so let's do it. AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. Simply you can do it. In the place of AC square, look at this distance. This distance is how much? x2 minus x1. So put it x2 minus x1 whole square plus, what about BC? BC is what? y2 minus y1. This distance is y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1 square. Again taking the root of both sides, so there will root and it becomes AB. This is the required formula for finding the distance of 2 points. Understand? To memorize the formula, let me tell you a trick. So first of all, the formula we have derived is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. As I told you about x comma y, x is what? Abscissa. Y is what? Ordinate. So look here, x2 and x1 is also abscissa and y2 y1 is also ordinate, but they are two, so we will write its plural, and plural is abscissae. Look here, this is the square of difference of abscissae. x2 minus x1 is the difference and square is its square, so write it as so. Now you can remind this formula as difference of abscissa square plus difference of ordinates square. Understand? Now taking a question, you have to find the distance between 2 points A and B. So for this you have derived the formula. First of all, write its formula quickly. Don't skip this part, writing the formula. And suppose if you have done any mistake in calculation, so while step marking, at least you are getting the steps, the first step of formula writing. Understand? And I pray you do not make any mistake, because you can grab all your marks in coordinate geometry. A so easy chapter. So let me write the formula. Now quickly put the value x2 minus x1. So x2 is what? Minus 1 and minus x1 is minus 6. Okay, square. Y2 minus 5. Don't be confused, there are so much minus 7. Square. Now this becomes plus 6 when you open this minus. Now plus 6 minus 1 gives you how much? Plus 5. So plus 5 square, and 7 plus 5 12, so minus 12. square. Put under root on them. This becomes equal to 25, and minus into minus becomes plus. 12 square gives you 144 root over. So this equal to how much? Root of 169. Root of 169 is equal to 13. Again, don't forget to write units. So this is the required distance of AB. Taking another question, find a point on x-axis, means the point is on x-axis. So any point on x-axis can be written as, tell me its coordinate pair. Very good, x comma 0. So find a point on x-axis which is equidistant from the point A and B. A is this much and B is this much. So first of all, let me tell you the meaning of equidistance. Equidistance mean what? Equal distance. Equal distance. But to understand equidistance, equal distance is not much enough. So let me give you a daily life example. Like this is a boy and this is a ball. This is the second boy and this is the ball. So the ball is 2 meters from boy A and again 2 meters from boy B. Now B can say that this ball is equidistant from A and B. Do you understand the concept? Let us solve this question. The question A, this point in between, and B according to the question. So A point is what? 2 comma minus 5. B point is what? X comma 0. Sorry, this is O point, and B point is what? Minus 2 comma 9. Now look, OA is equal to OB. You have to write it as OA is equal to OB. You have to apply 2 times the distance formula for getting the desired result. Understand? So look here, x minus 2 whole square plus 0 minus 5 and minus 5 is, so this becomes okay equal to, for this, root 2 minus 2 minus x whole square plus 9 minus 0. This is how we write the distance formula. Okay, thereafter solve it quickly. So for solving it, we can see over here the root is in both sides. So if we square them, the root will cancel. If we square them, the root will cancel. So the first step is squaring both the side. This cancels the root. Understand? So now the root has been cancelled. This is the way to do to cancel the root. X minus 2 whole square plus 5 square gives you 25 is equal to 2 minus x. You can also write it as x plus 2. If you take minus sign common, then both the minus will be common out, and squaring the minus sign becomes plus. So x plus 2 whole square and plus 81. 9 9 ja 81. Understand? Solve this equation and you will get the value of x. So I am writing directly the answer. While starting this chapter, I told you that this is the study of algebraic equation on graph. Now look, these are the equations and they are made because of the graph. Now do you understand its significance? So solve this equation and I am giving the answer. I am solving it for you. Look here, x minus 2 whole square minus x plus 2 whole square. So for solving this, you can use simply the identity. while using the identity, please remind that it is A and it is B. Now what you write? You write it as in bracket A plus B, then thereafter A minus B. Understand? So let me write A plus B and thereafter A minus B. So A plus B is what? X minus 2 plus X plus 2 in one bracket, then thereafter X minus 2 and minus times X plus 2. Do you understand why I did this? Of course. 81 minus 25 right here. Okay, first of all I'm interested in solving this, so let me do it. X plus X becomes 2X, minus 2 cancel and 0. X minus 2 minus X, so this time X will cancel each other and minus 2 becomes what? Minus 4. Now subtract 81 minus 25. Quick. 11 minus 5, 6, and 7 minus 2, this becomes how much? 56. So write it as 56. Now 4 2 ja 8 minus 8x is equal to 56. This gives the value of x equal to how much? 56 by 8 with negative. This gives you 7 units. Understand? Now you have to solve the first exercise. If you are solving RD Sharma, then you can solve second exercise of RD Sharma. If you are using book RS Aggarwal, you can use first exercise for solving, and for NCERT, first exercise. So solve this, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me, you can direct message me, comment on the comment section, and I will make separate video on that part. Understand? So see you in the next presentation. I hope you have enjoyed a lot.